Right, guys, we're back with another one. Rob and Riches keeping the name. My goodness, Rocket Lab pumps 25% 5% on the stock after earnings. You can see here that revenues increased to 104.8 million, up 55% from a year ago. Absolutely amazing. Cannot complain about that. We're taking a look over here. Look at this. 43,000. We're at all-time highs. Look at this. Boom. 3 months, we're up $24,000. Rocket Lab, Rocket Lab, Rocket Lab. Not a lot to say here. Just, oh my goodness, glad to see it. $18.40. My goodness, 25.5% after hours. Just amazing. Let's see what else we got. First launch deal for Neutron rocket. Commercial satellite constellation operator signed for 2 missions in 2026. Shares of Rocket Lab jumped as much as 25%. The bulk of space, most of it coming from space system units, which builds spacecrafts and sells satellite parts. A lot of S's in there for some reason, or maybe it's the chips I eat. I can't tell, but I'm having difficulty with my pronunciation. So up 46 million from a year ago. Looks like they sell the Electron rocket, 8.5 million per mission. Third most frequent rocket in the world. A Neutron's coming. The company continues to expect Neutron to debut in mid-2025. Question, though, is if they can land it. That would be great. You know, we have SpaceX catching it. Can Neutron catch? I don't know. I don't think so. But I didn't see that they were talking about that at all. Including assembly testing, flight hardware, Archimedes engines. The Archimedes engines are great. They 3D print those, and they're great. If you haven't seen those are great. Get that right there. Images. There it is. So, and they fired it off, as you can see in this upper right photo here, is that they fired it off. Everything was good there. But overall, day pretty chill for me. Sold some options, but God, you know, I was really riding the selling puts for basically like the past week or so, just selling puts all through this. And I really have to blame myself. Yeah, I told my friend about the Rocket Lab price. I really have to blame myself because it's curving over. I should have kept true to what my plan is, which is trading the second half of the day. I got a little eager, sold morning puts, and I think I just barely got tapped out, but a loss of the day for 321. Kind of stinks. That's the biggest loss in the last 3 months. So I don't know what's going on there. I felt like the stops were fair. I don't know if I got blown out. I looked at it. It looked okay. I might have to tighten them up. I think I sold for 0.09, and then the stops were like 0.23. So it's a 14-cent difference times 20. You know, that's $280. So I don't know. And then I had the longs for it's like $300. Yeah. So kind of stinks. That's what's going on there. SMCI down heavy today. $21.50. Hood down a little bit, a little sprinkle to the south. You know, still going to be buying this Intel. I'm going to take a deep dive on this stock. I really do need to get into it and see what's exactly going on, go through the finances and stuff. I haven't done that yet. I think there's something there. I've read quite a bit, but I haven't gone through the numbers. It looks like it's a turnaround story. I mean, if you think about NVIDIA and you think about AMD and Taiwanese semiconductors and all these chip manufacturers, they have all done very, very well. The difference with Intel is that they haven't got their act together to compete well in the new age. And there's old management in there. You know, the CEO makes more money. There's been a lot of issues, kind of like a Boeing situation. Now, here's the thing. If they can turn it around like a GE, now GE had problems for a long time. And GE's stock plummeted. Then they finally turned it around. They kind of broke off some pieces. And now GE's rocking. If you look at GE, they're ripping. I mean, there's nothing wrong there. They have done absolutely amazing. GE, look at this. I'll show you the max. Look at the max. You know, this is them basically in the last fall, 2018. Look at the dates. This is pretty old. If you look at the last 5 years, that's what, you know, you're looking at this. All the way down to 30 something, $32. Now we're at 183. That's the kind of thing I'm expecting to see out of Intel in a 5-year span. So basically, maybe we're down here, we're going to accumulate all of this. We're going to accumulate, and then once we start blowing out, we're just going to hold on. It's the same thing, same technique that we're going to use with Rocket Lab, right? We own a bunch of shares, and all we're doing is holding on. And the beauty of this, of holding so many shares of something like a Rocket Lab, is that when it makes $1.50 change at these lower prices, like $18, you know, look at the after hours change. It's $3.74. That is not a lot of money for a company that's trading for about $100 a share, right? You know, 3%. It's still quite a bit, but it's much more easy for a company once they get 10 or 5 years down the line, and the stock price has gone up so much. These types of changes aren't going to be 25%, right? The stock is $100. It changes $3.74. I'm still going to have almost a 5K return on something like that. And that is the beauty of owning a bunch of shares of companies when they're cheap. When we look at Rocket Lab, this company I've owned since beginning, even before it started. It was VACQ. It was a SPAC. Came out and I owned it. I bought some of this, I bought some of that. I've never really sold. And then this whole time, if you look at the price and you say, wow, the price has been $4 since July of 22 to basically, July of 2024. Over 2 years, you had time to buy the stock. Even when it ripped here to $6, $7, it was still a deal. This stock still might be a deal. I mean, if you didn't have to set your time horizons, what is your horizons when you look at this? Are we going to go to the moon? Yes, we're going back to the moon. That will happen. Are we going to go to Mars? Yes, I think that will happen too. So when you look at Rocket Lab now, you say it's $18.40. It is high for today's standards, but you have to set what your time horizon is. Are you looking to trade this today, this month, this year, the 5-year, the 30-year? That's something you have to ask yourself. Me personally, I'm holding this stock to the end. There's no selling of these shares. I'm not looking for 100% return and get out and then put it in Nvidia or put it in Apple or anything like that. I don't need to. I don't need to do that. This is what I love space. And there's a lot of space stocks I wish I owned because they're all kind of ripping here. And I've owned them at certain periods of time, but I don't own them today. Another one is Redwire. Redwire has done very good. Look at this, 325% in the last year. It's up $7, $8. This is a $2 stock probably 4 months ago. Look at that. Cheap. Was cheap. Now it's not. But it doesn't matter. If you believe in the company and you're looking at the longer horizons, these things do well. Same with Tesla. Tesla is if you really think about it, in a 30-year play, Tesla's stock price is going to be higher than it is today. And, the $364 I saw it was costing, maybe yesterday, is going to be nothing in comparison. So you have to set your your timeline's long. I know a lot of people want to trade today, get rich today. It is possible. I've done it. I've made trades like this was like a big trade from 2,500 to, something like that. I made 38K or something. I don't know what it's saying exactly because it's hard to really say. I think it was like a 20K move. I mean, that's a lot of money, but it is much easier just to buy a company you like and sit on it. $18.40. Rocket Lab's here to stay. I'm saying buy low, never sell, and that's what I'm doing with Intel. So if you want to join the club, go right ahead. Not financial advice by any means, but this could be one of those plays. I mean, look at it. It's literally at all-time low. I mean, this thing has been lower before, $12, $13, but couldn't we have a turnaround? I guess we'll wait and see. Best of luck to you all. Have a good day.